Hey friends, so, the official mobile port of Sonic Mania Plus is now officially available on Android and iOS platforms. I was waiting for Sonic Mania Plus to arrive on mobile platforms. But unfortunately, the wait was not worth it all. I am not that much satisfied, to be honest, after seeing how poorly the game runs on the mobile platforms. First things first, unlike other Netflix ports, Sonic Mania Plus runs at a 16:9 screen aspect ratio. The game doesn't fill the entire screen of your device, thus the thick black bars on both the sides of the screen might annoy you while playing the game. And no, you cannot play Sonic Mania Plus on any older 16:9 ratio screen mobile device, since the game's requirements are unnecessarily much higher than it should be. And maybe except for one or two devices, no modern smartphone comes with that aspect ratio in today's age. So, it makes no sense to provide ultra-wide screen support for that game. Other official Sonic games, heck even the fan-made port of Sonic Mania runs at full-screen ultra-wide view with very much lower system requirements. So, why Sega or Netflix can't do that treatment with Sonic Mania? And also surprisingly, there's no way they provided such screenshots on their store's pages. That seems as if the game actually runs at full screen, which does not technically. Man, this is kinda scam. You can actually see the difference between the store page's screenshot and the actual game. Sadly, this feels like I'm playing the game via any remote play application or cloud gaming service. Now, the next thing is control layout and the on-screen controls. Yes, they provided an analog stick-styled on-screen touch control layout. Yes, you could interpret the analog screen and use it as a D-pad, but it feels a little bit weird to control the character. It would be great if they allowed us to switch between the analog layout and a separate D-pad layout. On the other side, while I was playing the game, sometimes I felt some input delay in the touch controls. Yeah, you can use a separate gamepad to play Sonic Mania Plus on mobile officially. However, you cannot change the layout or size of the touch controls, but you can flip the functions of them with their given control presets. Now friends, you might be wondering about the performance of the game, after seeing the game requirement. And yeah, it is bad, unfortunately. Sonic Mania Plus is horribly unoptimized and performs poorly on modern Android devices. Is it too bad? Well, not really to a certain extent. The game is playable totally, but the performance is not at that point where it should be. That is a constant 60 FPS. I cannot say anything about the iOS version, since I don't own an Apple device, but on Android, you cannot even play the game at constant 60 FPS, even if you have a most decent Android device in your hands. Nowadays, the processors in the smartphone are way more powerful and more than very much enough to run games like Sonic Mania Plus, even in higher FPS. It is very difficult to show you the game performance on the screen, but yes, the game doesn't run at 60 frames per second at all, especially in the Green Hill Zone. Then the game performs almost how it should be from the Chemical Plant Zone. I can understand why Sega has changed the menu screen layout, but I don't understand why the game runs this poorly and feels very sluggish at this point after its global release. Now, keeping all the flaws aside, this is a bad port of a good 2D Sonic game. I don't know if they took the Epic Games Store version to port it to the mobile platforms, but yeah my friends, it is what it is. Don't subscribe to Netflix just only to play Sonic Mania Plus on your smartphone. Also, don't forget to increase the music and sound effects volumes manually from the game settings. And yes, apart from all these, we also get the access to the Encore mode. We can also change the screen filters like the other versions. Most importantly friends, if the game is asking you to select any save slot like this, then always choose local save. But if you're on another or a new device, then choose cloud save, okay? Now friends, don't get me wrong, it is actually better to play those older Sonic Sega Genesis mobile titles rather than investing your money and time in the official mobile version of Sonic Mania Plus. Until they patch the game totally. But ultimately, it is your choice, okay? I hope that Sonic Mania Plus on Android and iOS gets patched soon, with all the bug fixes and mobile feature enhancements including proper on-screen controls and full-screen implementations. And with that being said friends, this was my take on the Sonic Mania Plus mobile version. Thanks for watching.